But it's now time to go. You know where we're going, to promo school. All right. Now, Gabby, I'm going to start with you because speaking of promos, on Monday, I'm going to call it Monday Afternoon Raw. How about we call it that? Monday Afternoon Raw. They send out Seth Rollins, and we're going to talk about Vince McMahon coming up in about 25 minutes from right now. But the one thing Vince would never, ever, 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 ever do is go to a place that you've never been before and talk about two of your biggest stars not being in the building that particular night. But that's exactly what Seth Rollins did. What did you make of the fact that he came out? There was nobody else. All he did was come out. He talked. The crowd didn't really understand what he was going to say. They sang, as Vince Russo just said, and then he left. But he said, I'm going to go confront Roman Reigns and CM Punk on Friday at SmackDown. The crowd's not going to see them in the building on SmackDown. Your take?
I mean, not only did that not make sense, first of all, let's just start with the fact that the entrance, him standing in the ring, the singing, it went on for a very long time to the point where I was like, is this still happening? Am I watching what I'm watching? Because here's the thing, to follow what had happened at the beginning of Raw, where Cena was, taking in the crowd and Cody was taking the crowd, you can't even make the comparison. So at that point I was like, all right, yeah, we get it. You know what I mean? They're singing your song, whatever, get to what you're going to say. And if what he was saying about Roman and Punk, if they were huge mega heels, maybe the crowd would have been excited. But I'm telling you right now, that crowd would have much rather seen Punk, and the ceiling would have blew off the place if Punk showed up. So Rollins, say what you got to say and get out of there, because you're loved, but the people you're talking about aren't hated enough for you to be getting the reaction that you need to be getting. So I just think it was too much. It was too long. And like you said, don't talk about people that they wish they could be seeing and they're not going to see at all, because now you're going to see them on SmackDown. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I can't believe that Triple H and the creative team decided to do that. That is wrestling promo 101. Is you don't talk about the guy that's going to have the musical interruption, and you don't talk about, Tommy, your biggest star in the company, Roman Reigns, and then a guy that's over like Rover, that's CM Punk, and you tell the crowd, hey, thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for spending a lot of money on tickets, but you're not going to see these two dudes at all. Your take?
It's ridiculous, Coach. It's TV 101. Hey, Belgium, guess what? I'm going to talk about Roman, and I'm going to talk about Punk. Take your chocolate and go home, because they're not coming here tonight. I'll see you in Italy while I'm eating pasta with them. It was a joke. Seth Rollins was a time filler, what we call in TV production, because I have no idea what the hell he was talking about. And he held the mic up, and we heard for like 10 friggin' minutes. Give me a break, Seth. It was a ridiculous promo. It made no sense at all. It didn't move any storylines. And you screwed the fans by saying, hey, Roman and Punk, I'll go see them Friday in Italy. Unbelievable.
It's starting to, you guys are watching The Last Word live on Stadium, YouTube, or social media. It's starting to feel like, to me, Gabby, we're seeing a lot of old videos about how Seth was when he first broke in the business 10, 12 years ago. And it seems like, to me, as real as this thing is with CM Punk, and I tease all the time because he throws the worst punches in the business, and it's not close. But I feel like Seth is almost reaching at this point because he feels like he's being left behind, because the main guys are Punk, Roman, Cody, Cena, and Rock, and there's no real place for Seth Rollins right now.
I mean, possibly, but guess what, Rollins? Why don't you dig into that and put that into the promo instead of the BS that we're being told? Because it would be way more believable, and it would probably make me like you way more than what you're feeding me. Because guess what? We just saw an amazing Raw at the end of Raw last week with what happened with you and Roman and Punk. And you're just coming out happy, shaking hands, saying, yeah, I'm excited, like, blah, blah. Like, why are you so happy? Roman just came back and shocked everyone. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't know what's going on for WrestleMania. You're probably not even going to be main eventing, headlining anything, nothing's set. Why are you so happy, Seth? I don't really understand what you're sitting around, happy to see everybody, welcoming everybody to the show. You should be a little bit more pissed than you are. And I think for you to be the one to talk without Punk being there, without Roman being there, why don't you be a little bit more honest about it in the promo about how you feel, instead of just being, as Tommy said, some kind of filler, because it's just becoming now Seth comes on, I hear the chants, and then I want him to get off. Like, I'm not excited about seeing him on my screen anymore, and it's a shame because I used to be.
So glad that you just said that. Tommy, we forget about carrying over from one show to the next. And if you just got your ass handed to you at Madison Square Garden and Roman Reigns caused you to lose that, or, well, he caused him to win, but he really lost, and then he beats him up. If I'm Seth Rollins, I'm pissed. I don't care if I'm in Brussels. I'm pissed that I didn't get a chance to beat CM Punk 1, 2, 3 clean. That's what I'm pissed about. But Gabby is spot on. We forget about what happened the last time that we saw him, and because it's so much fun to do your normal entrance. But if you want reality-based television, it should have been music, come out, walk right to the ring, walk in and say, cut my music, and cut the promo. Your take.
Yeah, he doesn't do that, Coach. He plays to the crowd. Can he be? We begged for this. Can you be serious once? Don't wear this goofy outfit. Come out. You walk out. You get in the middle of the ring. I'm friggin' pissed, man. I had this guy beat at Madison Square Garden. All of a sudden, I find myself being dragged out by Roman Reigns because of Elimination Chamber. And to boot, they're not even here tonight. I would have cut a promo, them not being there. Do something about it, right? It was a big ball drop by WWE not having Roman or Punk there. If you're going to travel on a tour, put them in there. It's just ridiculous. We waited how many weeks for Cena? We're waiting until Friday for SmackDown to see what's going to happen with these guys. I don't know who's writing this stuff, Coach, but it wasn't like we used to be in the old days. Oh, you're there? Well, they're all there. You're getting it on tonight. Right, Coach?
Yeah, Mike agrees with you. A-Bass agrees with Gabby. Hey, Gabby, I'll give you 25 seconds. When we used to run every single week, 4 days a week, there was never an option of missing a show. Even the biggest stars were there every single time. They've completely changed that mindset.
And it's a shame, by the way, because this is Netflix we're talking about. We're 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. How are you not having these big stars to continue the storylines? And by the way, it muddles what just happened. When we talked about that main event on Raw last week, we talked about how good it was. And now it's kind of like, okay, now we'll forget about it because moving on, I'm not even excited for the next thing because we just wasted a Raw without having any kind of continuation that's moved the storyline or got me excited to keep it going.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see what they decide to do. But at least for 30 minutes, we had Cena and Cody tonight, but right now, if I'm Seth Rollins behind closed doors, we know these guys have egos. I'm trying to figure out, am I losing my mojo?